I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid.
All right, it's time to weave out the lies so we can get to the facts. Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, finds himself embroiled in one of New York's largest ever RICO cases. The prominent orthopedic surgeon stands accused of participating in an elaborate insurance fraud scheme targeting taxi and rideshare companies. This federal lawsuit was filed on December 17th. It alleges that Dr. Hostin, along with nearly 200 other defendants, received kickbacks for performing questionable surgeries and submitting fraudulent bills to American Transit, an insurance company specializing in coverage for taxi and rideshare drivers. Dr. Hostin allegedly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries, according to court documents filed in Brooklyn Federal Court. Daily Mail explained that the lawsuit claims these services were billed to American Transit in exchange for kickbacks, which were allegedly masked as dividends or other cash distributions. The outlet further noted that the case centers around New York State's no-fault law, which requires insurers to pay up to $50,000 for medical expenses resulting from road accidents. Taxis and rideshare vehicles must carry coverage up to $200,000, however, making them particularly attractive targets for potential fraud. Dr. Hostin, who operates Hostin Orthopedics near Manhattan's Grand Central Terminal, is specifically accused of receiving an investment interest in Empire State Ambulatory Surgery Center in exchange for patient referrals. The lawsuit cites examples from January 2023 where Hostin allegedly performed unnecessary arthroscopic surgeries on patients involved in minor collisions. And his dumb wife, Sunny Hostin, literally admitted on air to these kinds of practices recently on The View, which no one can believe is still on television. Take a look.
Hold on, let Sunny get in here.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it. But the notion that we aren't a violent country, this country was built on violence. We're a very violent country.
Yeah, she just implicated her husband in a crime. She said her husband operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid. Doesn't get any better than this. This woman is her own worst enemy by a mile. Now this is the same woman who recently compared January 6th to World War II, the Holocaust, and slavery. Yes, you heard that correctly. Take a look in case you missed this, because you have better things to do than to watch this show.
I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. Mm-hmm. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. Mm-hmm. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
I mean, guys, if they keep this up, her side will never win another election again. Never interrupt your opponent when they are making a mistake. The icing on the cake in this whole debacle? She's literally a descendant of slave owners. I mean, this is like God giving you sign after sign to just stop. And we're not even to the best part yet. You ready? Looks like she's going to be married to a convicted felon. Oh, the irony. Seems like everyone that's so Trump deranged ends up screwed one way or another. There we have it though, ladies and gents. American Transit is seeking more than $450 million in damages, claiming the alleged fraud scheme has destabilized New York City's livery insurance market and increased premiums for taxi and rideshare drivers. What a view, pun intended.
All in all, to stay up to date with the facts, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found it informative, hell, even share it with your family and friends, and let's talk about it in the comments here on Facts Only.